Okay, on this funny little job today, we're patching up this old shed building here. It had some swinging doors on it. We start out here, and then we'll get to what I'm gonna do. We're probably gonna move the shipping container over. These guys are taking care of most of the work. I'm gonna add a lean-to off of this high gable onto it, high enough so that we can slope over the far side of it. I think we're looking for about 17 feet there. That's a different day's project, but I'll get all the material list and everything going for these guys. And then we got some new concrete here. The plan is to add rolling doors. We want to have full access across the front. So part of the reason that shipping container there is we can run some sort of beam out there and attach the track to it so the door can continue out to the right and they could open everything up if they wanted to. But today's job is in here. I don't know how much light's in here, but see if I can find the light switch. Maybe it doesn't matter. In any case, it's not a bad built shed. There's a lot of funny stuff going on in it. We are going to take out this truss. I'm going to replace it with like a scissor truss, like a brace scissor truss, just to get a little more ceiling height in here. So it may be some time lapse. It might be a few clips. I'm not really making this. It's, you know, it's just, I'm just helping a buddy out here. I'll just shoot you through this, and it's going to go in a kind of a special album in my phone that's just for short bits that aren't really full videos. And when I get to about 10 of them, I'll just put them all together in a video, and it'll just be, you know, all the extra stuff I do in and amongst the little jobs or the bigger jobs that I do. So that's the plan today. I'll start out, nobody's here yet, so I can talk a little bit. I'm gonna map the building. So I'll measure everything top and bottom, you know, just some quick measurements, kind of see, make sure it's all in the zone. I'll check this here. I can tell you right now, this post here, there's like a giant knee action in the middle, and it's all just kind of perched here. So we can almost assume that I will be beefing that up or just flat replacing it. I'll probably just stiff back it to get up into the new truss part. Looks like there's a post in the back. We can still use that. But then I'm probably going to lift the roof up with forklift, post on the forklift, just to carry the ridge. And I'll probably put a come along on it so it doesn't like spit out on us out to the sides when we cut everything loose. And then I'll probably suck it in, like preload it. I may go as much as 1.5 inches on this building. It just feels like that would be about right. But I'll see what the measurement is first. I'll suck it in 1.5 inches. We'll put the truss in there, and then since it's built in place, when we release everything, there will be some deflection. So it'll basically just settle to tight is the plan. And again, it's just an ag building, so we're just trying to create a little bit of room so they can put a jib crane in here. And anyway, that's the plan for this morning. All right, I measured it up. The building's spread about, it's about 3 inches. So I need a way to attach a come along to all this. I think I better go down here. That'll keep it out of the way. There's just this 5/8 bolt bolting all this together. I'm just gonna hook into that. I got full threads there, that'll be enough. And then I got a nut for this eye bolt. We'll see where it gets us over here. purlins are 3/4 of an inch. Stick a 3/4 inch piece through there. Put a wrench on it. Push the tin up. We'll get a little ladder. Oh man, you can't see any of that. Anyway, I got this come along on there, and we're gonna start sucking it together in preparation for tearing it apart. All right, that's all cleared out of there, and we'll set the scaffold up after break. All right, that's setting in the right spot now. They're happy with it. And we'll just put gravel in around it. It's level both directions. All right, we're back on this job today. Shipping containers set. I got the overhead door track set up. Got all that welded in. Last week my work truck's broke down. I'm driving my spare right now. So I got a load of wood on here, and the plan is to put a little lean-to from the building over onto a beam that sits on the edge of the container, and then from there to a plate, so the roof will continue down. Pretty low slope, but we'll mastic tape the seams of the metal. It's just a place, it's a parking spot, covered parking, and a covered place to work on stuff. Just an extension of the shop, really, or the work area there. I don't know if you'd call it a shop. But anyway, that's what we're doing. I'll get this unloaded and see how far we get. All right, making a couple short little beam brackets, one for the far end and one for the middle where the beam is going to break. You'll see. We need 3.5 to sit on the furthest casting, and that's 3.5 to let the beam go by. And we'll just drill some holes here, put some screws in it. I got one more for the middle, but the bottom's a little different. And then this piece we can just weld directly onto that tube. I'll put some holes in it just to put some screws into the beam. It doesn't have to hold a lot, but it will be a good use of all the material. Okay, that'll clear the rib, weld there, dress this up, drill some holes. We'll dress this up, drill some holes. Great. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. I got those drilled, little brackets. I'm gonna go get those put up there. I gotta grind a little paint off up top for the far side, but I'll go do that next. start setting beams after coffee. 4x6 plate on the outside of that, 4x12 running down. That way they both cantilever over the end. I'm trying to keep this lean-to underneath those points there, so it's kind of a fluid situation at this point. Here we're cantilevering out 4 feet or so. So this is crowned up because you want everything pressed down on the crown. On this, I'll actually flip it over so it'll be crowned down, so that the hopes that the outside is up a little bit and it takes a level and makes a flat S-curve out of it. It's minor, but that's what we'll do anyway. So I've got it crowned up to tell me that it's crowned down around already. didn't sound great. Let's try that again. All right, well, they're up there. Lunchtime, I think. I gotta check. Okay, I got one rafter up here. It's a test. Looks great. It's tight at the bird's mouth. There's a bird's mouth down there, but nothing. It just floats right there and scabs on nails coming up there. It all planes real good, so we're gonna go ahead with it. And I don't have those cut yet. I just cut a couple of tests. But 12 to go. We'll get them put in. All right, well, I guess I forgot to film any of that. I kind of got on a program and forgot to set up cameras. Just started working. We got 2x4s, 2 foot on center. That's all purlined out. Everything's blocked. And then up against the building here, I'll purlin this out for 10. It had some board and bat on it. I don't know if you can see that, it's pretty bright. Anyway, we'll clean all that up. And got a barge to hang over there. And a little bit to do right there, and that'll be that. I'll be back. Treasures upon treasures. It's mushy, real clicky, like it's not popping off. Which if it went down, it would just hold those contacts together and there'd be no way to get it off. All right, we'll see if I can show this here. Here's a switch for the lever. This just rocks back and forth in there, and this piece here is what actuates the little micro switch levers. I'll show you what we got. It's a split system. There's a micro switch here, and then there's a micro switch in this side too. And so this one, let me see if I can zoom in there a little bit more. Don't know if you can see it. Let me do the good side first, or what I think is the good side. So this would be the back side, the side that's away from us. And so there's a little catch there. You can see it's a little tiny button going in. You can hear it clicking. And that would be when you rock the lever forward, which would be tilt the forks down. If you go over here to this side, don't think you can see it. I can't see it through the camera, but let me feel it. There it is. Okay, I can push it in, but there's no... It's still spring loaded, but it's just mushing in and out. So I think what I'm gonna do is fire this thing up, fire the forklift up, and then we'll try the tilt down, and then we'll push on the tilt back or tilt up and see what happens. Okay, so we've done something to trigger that, because it was instantly tilting up. Let me see if I can just pull that out a little bit. Okay, so that was stuck in. So I'm gonna fire it up again and see if it's still stuck on. Okay, so it was stuck on the first time, and then when I fired it up again after pulling that switch out, I got nothing on either one. So what I'm going to do before I close this back up for now, I'm going to take a picture of the micro switches so that I can order 2 new ones and get them coming. I'm fairly certain they're the same thing, but I'll photograph them both anyway. Okay, the white is fork tilt down, and the black is fork tilt up or back. I had considered leaving this switch, but it's pretty crunchy in there too, so I mean it's probably fine, but I'm in there now. I've got 2 switches. This thing is clearly dead. All right, here's what we got. We got some new micro switches. Buddy's shop had these in stock. It had a little paddle wheel here that I just took out of that tab, broke that off. Let's see, this is power here. And then one more connection to put on there. Close side is normally open. Right back. That one's that way.
This one's this way. I think that's right. We're gonna, yeah, gray's down. These little screw holes, they're not actually screw holes, they just go in these little nubbies here. So that one's facing forward, this one needs to face backwards. Yep. Sounds right. All right, didn't mark those before I cut them, so now we got to trace them. Hang on. Well, it won't matter because there's no code. So the only thing it can be is, I'm gonna go with brown for black, and then yellow for gray. I'll pinch that one too. Well, that fixed the problem, but I got those wires backwards. Hang on a second. Excellent. It's a good result. All right, I'm gonna put it back together. All right, real quick, this will piss off some of the mechanic types out there, but I had a new e-brake cable made for this thing. It hasn't worked for a number of years and froze up. While this is open, I am teaching them to switch. Do not have time right now to work on this. I know exactly what I'm going to get into, but I am going to run it behind the seat while I'm here. And it's in there. Project for another day. I think that bottom one's going to be okay. I think there's a lot of slop in those hinges. So if I go tight before I start, I think it'll work just right. All right, I'm welded there and here. I'm not going to weld that until I can make them latch. That way I'm not repeating everything if this doesn't work. So I'll pull that other side off. That opened up and then we can flatten that center part. All right, this one was bent more up here. It was a flat piece here and then it tips up here. It was bent more, so I have to take it all the way back to flat and then make that bend on it. So we really don't want to be on that workbench or that vise too much. So we'll be out here. Yeah, we'll go flatten that out a little bit. Oh, I see. Did I bend that the wrong way? Haha! Look at that! What a moron. Did I do the other side that way? No, I didn't. Well, that's gonna be a problem. Lucky I know a guy.
Just threw that strap over it so I didn't forget to tie it down later. All right, got those set on there, and I'm just gonna run through and screw them off real quick. I left the scaffolding up so that I can move it back in and screw off the top real easy, and then I'll take it down and stack it aside.
pop out on its own? Good. Okay. Going the other way.
All right, we'll try going that way. There's still a little footing over there that needs to come out. All right, let's do it again. I do need to put a stop in down there so somebody just doesn't run it right out of the track. All right, there it is. Second door in. I still got to adjust it a little bit in the middle, and then make sure there's room for everything before I side them. I think I'm going to put a couple windows in there to light up the shop bay. So that's that. All right, we're all loaded up, ready to go. That part's done for now. I just got challenged to a game of ping pong over here, so I'm gonna go see how that goes.
Yeah, there's another one in there too. We need like a